All right, let's just jump right in. If you're a creator, your world is, well, it's just full of AI noise, right? There's so much hype, a ton of confusion, and honestly, this constant pressure that you have to be using it. So today, we're going to cut right through all of that. So let me ask you something, and be honest. Are you kind of playing around with AI tools? You know, you try one here, one there, but you're not seeing any real actual results for your business? Like nothing's really changing in your workflow? If that's you, trust me, you are not alone, and that's the exact problem we're going to solve today. Look, my goal here isn't to show you some flashy demo of what AI could do, 5 years from now. Nope. The goal is to give you a super clear, honest foundation for thinking strategically. We're talking no hype, no scary stuff, just a solid framework for what actually works right now. All right, first things first. We've got to start with a realistic understanding of what AI even is. Before we can talk about building these awesome systems, we all have to be on the same page about what we're really dealing with. So in the business world, AI is actually pretty simple. Forget the sci-fi stuff for a second. It's basically systems that can do tasks that used to need a human brain. Things like spotting patterns or whipping up some content. And the big difference, the real magic, is that they learn from data. They're not just following a rigid set of instructions like old-school software. They can actually adapt and get smarter. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means AI can crank out first drafts of text, visuals, even audio. It can take on all that boring, repetitive work that just kills your creative vibe. It can crunch numbers and analyze data way, way faster than any human could. And all of that, it comes together to help you make smarter, better decisions for your business. Okay, now this is super important because it cuts through all the Hollywood noise. You hear all this talk about general AI, AGI, that can think just like a person. Well, guess what? It doesn't exist. It's hypothetical. Then you hear about superintelligent AI. That's pure speculation. The only thing that matters for us right now is that top row, narrow AI. It's AI that does one specific thing really well. And here's the kicker. This is all that exists today. Every tool you've ever used is narrow AI. And this quote just nails it. You've got to start with what's real, what you can actually see and measure. Your whole strategy needs to be built on this reality, the reality of narrow AI, not on some dream about what might happen in the future. Okay, so we've got our feet on the ground. We know what AI is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. So now let's use that knowledge to make a big shift. A shift from just playing with tools to actually building powerful systems. This is where things get really fun and practical. As a creator, you're probably living in one of these four worlds, right? Written content, audio, video, images. Look at what AI can do. It can draft things, transcribe, brainstorm ideas. It's a fantastic assistant. But, and this is a huge but, look at that column on the right. That's your territory. Your voice, your expert judgment, your unique connection with your audience. You still own all of that. Think of AI as your co-pilot. It's incredibly helpful, but you are still flying the plane. Let's make this super concrete. Picture a podcast producer. They use an AI tool to instantly transcribe a whole episode. Okay, cool. But then that transcript becomes the input for another tool that writes SEO-friendly show notes. And then those notes are used to whip up social media posts and find the best sound bites for audiograms. See what's happening? Each step feeds the next, and the result is insane. One person is doing the work of a whole 3-person team. That is an integrated system. It's not just using tools, it's making them work together. And that right there brings us to the absolute core idea of this whole thing. If you take one thing away, let it be this: the integration mindset. This isn't just a small tweak, it's the difference that makes all the difference. Okay, let's break this down. On the left, we've got adoption. This is where most people live. You try a new tool because you saw it on Twitter, you mess around with it, you think of it as a little shortcut. And what you end up with is just a random pile of experiments. Now, look at the right. This is integration. This is where the magic happens. You're not just trying random stuff, you're picking a specific tool to fix a specific problem in your workflow. You're measuring real business results, not just time spent playing. And you're thinking of AI as an amplifier for your best work. This is how you build a system that gets better and better over time. I love this quote because it makes everything so clear. Just imagine two creators, side by side. They have the exact same AI tools, but one of them just has a folder full of random experiments. The other one, they've built a compounding system where everything works together. Who wins in the long run? It's not even a contest, right? It was never about having the fanciest tool. It has always been about having the smartest system.
So you're probably thinking, okay, how do I actually do that? How do I integrate better? Well, it all starts with how you talk to the AI. A good prompt isn't like a Google search. It's a full-on creative brief. And it has these 5 key ingredients. Role, tell it who to be. Context, give it the backstory. Task, be super clear about what you want. Format, tell it how to structure the answer. And constraints, tell it what not to do. Seriously, this isn't some super technical coding skill. It's a communication skill. And it is, without a doubt, the single most valuable skill you can learn to get amazing results from AI.
All right, let's bring it all home. We've covered a lot, but let's talk about what this really means for you and your future. Because this isn't just about finding a new way to work. This is about building a true strategic advantage. Okay, look at this number, 5%. Just let that sink in for a second. With all the hype, all the money, all the talk, only 5% of companies are actually seeing real, measurable results from AI. Why? It's simple. They are stuck in that adoption column we just talked about. They haven't cracked the code on deep integration. And that giant gap, that 95%, that is where your opportunity lies.
So, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways, the stuff you can act on today. First, build your strategy on what's real. Narrow AI. Don't get distracted. Second, integration beats adoption every single time. Stop collecting experiments and start building systems. Third, prompting is a communication skill, not a tech skill. Get good at it. And finally, and this is maybe the most important one, AI is here to amplify your genius, not to replace it. It makes you more you.
And that brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. So after this is over, take a minute and really think about it. Looking at how you're using AI today, be honest with yourself. Are you just building a collection of cool experiments, or are you strategically building a compounding system? Because I promise you, your answer to that question, well, it's going to define your success from here on out.